Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And it's episode 15.
Wait, did you say 15?
15, baby.
Okay, I think every episode we sort of are like, wait, it's already this number?
No, I
But
know.
seriously, it's already
15.
15?
Like 15. Like we are 5 away from 20. Like that is so crazy. Like I know I
Yeah,
literally say this every week, but I will never get over it. Because
I
every week is
know.
just going to be more and more. So,
I know. Maybe we should stop saying it though. Maybe it's annoying. I don't know.
yeah, sorry. Sorry, I'm actually not that
Thanks
sorry.
to everybody who's been on this journey from the beginning though.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we love you so much. Please go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. I'm gonna ask this every week, and that's never gonna change. So please go do that.
Yes.
Por favor. I will still maybe potentially Venmo you $1. So go do it. Okay, so I have I have been waiting to tell you this, Savannah. I'm so excited. So I was at a wedding this past weekend, and I was in like the bridesmaid party, and so we actually stayed like at the venue. They have like a little suite, like like above in this building, whatever. So we actually stayed there the night before, so we could just get up and get ready.
Oh, that's perfect. So you didn't have to go to a hotel
Yes.
and then
Yeah. It was so nice.
Yeah.
It was so nice to just wake up and like the hair and like makeup ladies were already there, ready to go. So that was nice. But so I had never been to the venue before pulling up like Friday night. So
Right.
when I pulled in there, it was literally in the middle of nowhere, first of all. It was a really nice place, but it was in the middle of nowhere. And when I pulled up and started driving into this place, I got the worst vibes ever. Like almost probably that I've ever gotten in my life.
No.
And I had no idea why. Like I'm pretty sure I actually have no idea if this place is haunted. Maybe I should have looked it up, but did not do that. I got really bad vibes. So much so that I literally felt like sick to my stomach. Like I wanted to throw up.
Oh no, and I feel like I definitely trust your vibes like that because you don't really get like that often.
Yeah,
So,
I know. So that like threw me for a loop a little bit. I was like, why am I feeling like this? And it really scared me because I was like, I'm about to have to be here all weekend. Like my best friend's getting married here. I can't be having any of that going on. But so whatever, like I was like, whatever, maybe I'm just nervous, which I was nervous, but why? Because the wedding wasn't until Saturday. I wasn't that nervous. So, whatever. We do the rehearsal dinner and whatnot, and so only the girls like stayed the night, obviously, The boys actually did go to a hotel across the street.
Yeah, they don't need the time to get ready.
No, no. In fact, they went and golfed 18 holes that morning of the wedding.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, no.
Boys have it so easy.
They truly do. And yet somehow we were all ready before them. So, but that's another story. So Friday night, everybody leaves and it's just me and 3 other girls, the bride and 2 other bridesmaids. Excuse me. And so the bride had her own room. In this suite, there were 2 bedrooms. One with a king bed, and that's where the bride slept. And then one with 2 queen beds. And so that's where me, Dina, and then our other friend were in. And so me and Dina were sharing one of the queen beds. And then our other friend she had the other bed to herself. And so we stayed up super late that night. And it's like 3:30 a.m., which is the worst time, literally. And we had been laying in bed.
Isn't that the witching hour?
Yes, it is. We had already been laying in bed for like 30 minutes, and I could not fall asleep. And I was like, it's, pre-wedding anxiety, jitters, whatever. And I kind of forgotten about like the bad vibes that I got, but the room in general was very, very creepy. It was like painted dark red, just very creepy. And like our other friend was already asleep, and I thought Dina was asleep. She hadn't moved in like 20 minutes, so I was like, Dina's asleep. So I'm just laying there awake, and so I'm just laying there, and I hear something. I'm not gonna say what it is yet, but I hear something, and I'm like, what was that? But then I was like, no, Taylor, you're probably just like halfway falling asleep, I was like, no, just calm down. And then Dina, from nowhere, she was like, Taylor, did you hear that? And I was like, what did you hear? And she's like, did you hear a whistle? And I was like, yes. We literally heard a man in our room whistle. There were no men. It was not our other friend. It was like clear.
No.
I'm talking clear as day a whistle. And then literally not 5 minutes later, we heard a loud door slam, like what
Oh,
sounded like coming from our living room. So we were like, oh,
no.
it's probably just the bride, like, because she was in a different room. We were like, it's probably just her. You know, I don't know, maybe I don't know what she's doing, but it's her. So we were like, we're just going to ignore that. We could not fall asleep for so long. Like, we almost stayed up all night long because we were so scared at that point. And then, whatever, we go to sleep. Whatever. We wake up the next morning, and Dana's like, Taylor, once you fell asleep last night, you were talking to somebody in your dreams. I was like,
No,
excuse
you
me,
weren't.
what? I have no recollection. Obviously, I was asleep.
Okay, side note to your story though.
Yeah.
So when me and Dina were roommates, freshman year of college,
Yeah.
was talking to her in my sleep one time.
That is so funny.
And she was wide awake, and I was just talking to her nonsense. And then I think I woke up, and I was like, "What am I saying?"
Oh, you like woke
But
up talking?
yeah,
That's so
like I was in the
funny.
middle of talking, and she was just like laughing at me.
That's so funny.
But anyways, back to your creepy talking to a ghost in your
Right.
sleep. Like, oh my god.
I know. She was like, I was like, so, okay, what was I saying? And she was like, you were just like, yeah, and then started creepy laughing. And we're just like, you
Oh
were just
my
like agreeing with
god.
somebody, like, yeah, ha 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 ha. Like, yeah, like you're right. Like, that's what
Do
I
you
was saying.
usually talk in your sleep?
No, not talk. I normally, like, make sounds, grumble, noises, but I don't normally talk. I did used to sleepwalk when I was little, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that was really weird after all of that happened. And so then we come out into the living room, we're getting ready, and the bride was like, what were y'all doing like 4 a.m. slamming the doors out here in the living room? And I was like, there is
Oh
no way
no.
that you just said that. And we were like, we thought it was you. And she was like, well, I thought it was you.
Oh
Who's to say what
no.
it was?
Was there nobody else there?
No, it was
Like,
just us four. And it wasn't her, and it wasn't us. So who was
in the
it?
whole building? Wait, who
Oh,
else?
oh, well, there might have been other people in the building, but it was definitely from our living room. Like, even the bride was like, yeah,
Oh
it sounded
my
like it was from,
god.
like, y'all, like the living room. So, I don't know what was going on there, but we only stayed that night in, like, the suite, and then we actually stayed in a hotel the night of the wedding. So, yeah.
Right.
I was glad I
Oh
didn't
my
have to
god.
stay another night there, though, because that really freaked me out. Like, if it was just one of those things, maybe that wouldn't be as bad. But all of those
Yeah.
things, very bad vibes.
Yeah. And you just talk in your sleep when you don't usually talk in your sleep.
Right. And I guess I don't really know if I normally talk in my sleep,
Yeah, that's true.
but
But
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know. Me and Dina have shared many a bed, and normally she's like, Taylor, you were just mumbling all night long. Like, not talking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
I make noises, but talking is completely different. She was like, I was having a full-on conversation with somebody. So, that's really good for me. I love that.
Jeez.
I know. Okay, so before you get into your story, I just thought I would give you another quick little update that I
Okay.
officially finished signing up for DoorDash. It took months, but I did it.
Yay.
And
Proud
no,
of you.
right. So I've actually finished it like last week sometime, but we haven't recorded in a hot minute. And so today, actually, I get this text from somebody, and it was like, maybe Alex. I'm like, who is Alex? Because like all the Alexes I know, I have their number saved in my phone. I was like, who is this? And he was like, hey, this is Alex from DoorDash. And I was like, what? I was like, and again, I didn't order DoorDash, so I was like, what? And he was like, I noticed that you like signed up to DoorDash, but you haven't like dashed yet. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
sir, I've been busy. And he was like, so when are you planning on dashing? I'm like, I thought I could do this whenever I wanted, sir. Why are you harassing me? He kept harassing me. He was like, so when are
Yeah.
you going to start?
I mean, they're probably just making sure you're actually gonna do it. I don't know.
But why do they care? I don't know. I haven't even put my bank account information in there yet, just because, like, I need to make sure I want to do it. I mean, I do, but, like,
They just need more workers. They're like,
I guess. And he was just like, so when are you going to do it? I'm like, sir, I'm going out of town this weekend. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, I'm next weekend. I'm not starting next weekend because surprise, me and Savannah are hanging out next weekend. Hey. It won't be next weekend when y'all listen to this, but that's irrelevant. So, basically, I talked to a ghost and I signed up for DoorDash. So, that's my life
those are
updates.
some good updates. I don't really have anything that exciting.
Yeah.
I'm going camping tomorrow.
Ooh,
So
that's
that should be
fun. That's really fun.
Yeah,
I've
we're
been seeing
going.
some scary camping TikToks, so I won't send those to you.
Oh, we're going camping. This comes out afterwards, so already be home.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going camping for Mother's Day.
Aw.
In Hungry Mother State Park, which is in Virginia.
Oh, I was gonna say I've never heard of
So
that, but Virginia.
yeah,
That'll be fun though.
I should do a story. I think there's a story behind Hungry Mother State Park. Maybe I'll
Oh,
research that one day.
yeah, you should.
That could be fun.
Could be very fun.
Okay, well,
Yes, let's
I
get
think our
into it.
intro's been pretty long,
Yeah.
so let's
Sorry
get
about that.
into the stories. So, my story this week is on the Bermuda Triangle.
No way! Oh my god, I'm so excited.
See, I told you you would know what it was.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so do you know where the Bermuda Triangle is?
Yeah, I do. It's east of Florida to. Okay, that's all I know.
Yeah. See, I honestly, like, I didn't even realize how big an area it was. I thought it was sort of like just around Bermuda. Like, I never really looked into it, you know what I mean? So I thought it was like just around the island. Things got weird around there.
Yeah.
But no, it's like pretty big.
Yeah, it's a huge area. I used to be obsessed with the Bermuda Triangle. I was so determined to like go there one day. Why? Why do I want to do that? Do I want to disappear? Apparently.
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe you can add some facts in if you feel like it.
Yeah.
So the Bermuda Triangle is in the Atlantic Ocean, and then the points of the triangle are land masses. So
Okay.
one point is in Miami, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes to Bermuda,
Yeah.
the island up there, and then over to Puerto Rico.
Mm.
So it's that sort of island of ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 500,000 square miles of ocean.
Wow, that's a lot bigger than I thought. Even still.
It's pretty big. And like, it's not only just like the triangle, they just use that as like a generalization, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
like, the areas around there are sort of like that too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just a marking, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, the term Bermuda Triangle was actually not coined until 1964, but it had been causing trouble for people for like way longer before then.
Oh, I'm sure.
They just didn't have a name for it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so more than 50 ships and 20 airplanes have disappeared in this area over time.
Whoa.
I thought it would have been more than that.
I mean, that's a
but
lot.
like that's still a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
not just like random ships and airplanes missing. That's like something's going on.
Yeah. True. Okay, so we're gonna look at a few different incidents, I guess, of like things disappearing. So the first one I'm gonna go into is Flight 19. So, do you know anything about this one? Or like anything about the disappearances?
I know one story really well, but I don't know what it was called.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Well, this one is Flight 19. It's called that because it was like the 19th flight of the day. Because they were like doing training sessions.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
out over
This is
sea.
the one that I know.
Yeah. So they were doing training sessions out over the sea, and this is the 19th one of the day. It's like in the middle of the day, like 2 or 3 o'clock. So it was U.S. Navy bombers going out to practice bombing.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, they would go out into the ocean to a certain point and then drop bombs and then come back.
So
basically.
good for the sea life.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so this was on December 5th in 1945, which is right after World War II. I thought it was during, but everything I saw said World War II ended in September. So, I guess it was like right after it.
Oh, like literally right after.
Yeah. So they were on a routine training flight. Each plane had 3 people in it. One of them only had 2 people in it. And they were Navy and Marines. Like a mix of them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Each person had around like 300 hours of experience flying. And then there's their leader, Lieutenant Charles C. Taylor.
A.
So he was an experienced pilot and a World War II veteran. which, I mean, I guess makes sense since it just had ended.
Yeah.
So he had, like, way more experience flying than these, like, rookies.
Yeah.
So he was leading them. And the exercise was a 3-hour exercise called Navigation Problem Number 1.
Okay. Love the
Yeah,
title.
I
They
don't know.
worked really hard
That's
on
just
that
what they
one.
called it, I guess. So they would start in Florida, head east, and do a bombing run. And they practice at this place in the ocean called Hens and Chickens Shoals. I
These
thought that was kind of
names.
funny. It's, I guess it was like a reef that was marked off, which is also like, you guys were bombing a reef? I don't know. Weird. But then they would go there, sort of go back almost in like a triangle type thing, go over the Bahamas, and then go back to the base. So they were all over the Bermuda Triangle, like, all over there. So they started off fine. They got out to where they were going to drop their bombs to the Hens and Chickens Shoals, and then they were on their way back, right? And the lieutenant who was leading them, he was like, okay, my compass is like way off right now, and he's like, we're going the wrong way. So he started steering them like different ways and was trying to find their way back, but they were like getting more and more lost almost. It started to rain and the clouds blocked their vision. They were like really disoriented, didn't really know like how to get back, which is weird because I don't know if it was him who had done all the other like runs that day, but like this was the 19th one of the day, you know?
Yeah. Maybe they were also just like tired. I mean, I don't know if they're like the same people doing like the same.
No, I think this is like the 19th group,
Oh.
you know?
Yeah,
So
I
like,
don't know.
yeah. I don't know. And then somebody on one of the planes radioed in and he was like, I don't know where we are. We must have got lost after that last turn. And they kept radioing in saying like, we're lost. We don't know how to get back. Our compass is like being wacky.
Let me just say, I could never be a pilot. I would get so lost. Like, especially if you're flying over the ocean. How the heck do you know where you're going?
I know. Yeah, it's, and like with compasses and stuff, I guess, but in some areas, like
They don't
over
work.
here,
Yeah, exactly.
it like gets weird and doesn't work.
Exactly. I would be dead so fast in a plane.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of scary. And the whole landing thing, like, I don't know if I could
Oh
do
no.
that.
Or take off. That scares me so bad.
Okay. So the lieutenant steered them through and tried to find the base in Fort Lauderdale. But he was like too confused to find it. Like he saw some land, I think, but then he was like, I don't know where I'm going. And then they were like all running low on fuel. So he's like, okay guys, when we get down to, I think he said like, whoever gets down to like 10 something, I didn't write this part down, but like if whoever gets the lowest first, like then we're all gonna follow him. Like we're not just gonna drop off one at a time, you know?
What do you mean
If
lowest? Like
somebody's-
in lowest in altitude?
Like if somebody gets low on fuel
Oh.
so much that they're gonna crash, then like we're all gonna go with you.
Crash?
Yeah, into the ocean.
What? Why would they do that? So they don't get lost?
They all have to go down together.
No, I feel like that's really stupid.
Well, I mean, because they're all like at the general same level of fuel, you know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, I would just keep flying if that was me and I had enough gas.
I think it did say that one person might have like branched off and tried to like
That
find
was
a
me.
different way because he was like, you don't know where you're going, I'm gonna go find my own way. But he couldn't find his way either,
Oh,
so unfortunately.
Sad.
Yeah, so they did actually have to do a crash landing into the ocean.
That's so scary.
So, yeah. And then their radios went silent. Obviously because, you know, they're in the ocean.
Yeah. Did they drown?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they went out and tried to find them, but, spoiler, they did not find them. So,
No. That's so crazy.
yeah. So, to find them, at first they sent out, I didn't even know this existed, 2 flying boats.
What the heck does that mean?
I don't know.
It's like a plane and a boat, I guess is what it means.
Yeah. And they like took off, like they flew in the air to find the lost flight, and then one of them ended up getting lost too.
In the boat plane?
Yeah, one of the boat
No.
planes, they got lost too, and it was carrying 13 men, and they were never recovered.
Oh my gosh. Because, see, you said like this many planes and this many boats were lost, but like the amount of people on those boats and planes, that's a lot.
I know, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, so the flying boat, that one, there's sort of an explanation. It could have just exploded because these things were really dangerous, and they basically were known as like flying death traps almost. Like they would just explode all the time. So that's probably why we haven't heard of them. They just might not use them anymore.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we've killed too many people trying to get a good one. Maybe. So.
And then so the next day, since they didn't find them with the flying boat, the next day they dispatched over 300 boats and aircrafts to find Flight 19.
Whoa.
And could not find them.
No, that's sad. I wonder if they're out there somewhere. Like if somehow like one of them survived on like a random island out there.
I know, because like they didn't really know where they were.
Exactly. They could be anywhere.
They could have been, yeah, near one of those islands over there or something.
Wild. They're probably dead though. I mean, that's harsh, but like
I know.
I feel like we would have heard.
Like, the one that like escaped off, like branched off to find his own way, like he went to the island.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
Yeah. He's out there.
So in the years following this, people have wondered, you know, like what could have happened to them, like what made them so disoriented. You know, and so people have said like magnetic anomalies.
Yeah.
Or parallel dimension.
Ooh.
Or an alien abduction.
I was waiting on that one. I was waiting on it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll just let you think about that one because there's not much else to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want it to be aliens, as we all know, I do feel like it might be like magnetic, whatever you said.
Yeah.
What was the second thing you said though?
Parallel dimension.
Oh, or maybe that. Or maybe a mix of all three.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see that. There's the only thing that there's technically, I guess, proof of is the magnetic thing because of the compasses.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something with magnetic energy because I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that messes them up, right?
Yeah, I'll get into the magnetic thing later because I have something about that, but that's farther down in my notes, so. Okay, so... Oh, and also, apparently the lieutenant had said he didn't want to take his flight out that day. He was like, before they took off, he was like, oh, like, I don't even want to do this. I have a bad feeling about it.
Okay, rule number 1, if you have a bad feeling about something, honestly, don't do it. Like,
yeah.
Like, maybe I shouldn't have maybe I shouldn't have went to the wedding after that bad feeling I had when I went on it, but I did. So, I don't know.
But nothing happened at the wedding, so.
Well, I talked to a ghost.
Oh, well, I mean, true. Yeah.
He should listen to his gut,
I thought you meant after that.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, yeah, so maybe something was up with him, or, like, he just had, like, sort of a premonition feeling. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so there's that crazy story, and then there is... We'll get into the next one, with the USS Cyclops.
These names, I love them.
Okay, so this one's even further back in time than the last one. So the last one was like is right after World War II. This one's World War I.
Oh, so. Throwing it back.
Yes. So the USS Cyclops began sailing in 1910. And it was a ship that transported coal to the U.S.
Oh.
And it said they would also help refugees, I guess. I don't really know how they helped them, but...
It probably meant like help them get across
Maybe.
the water.
Yeah. So in March of 1918, and World War One started in 1917. So 1 year after. It was on its way to Brazil to get 10,000 tons of manganese ore. And so they got the stuff, and then they stopped at Barbados to refuel.
Shout out to Rihanna.
Yes. And then they were supposed to go to Baltimore, which was like their endpoint. They're like, that's where they deliver it and go home. And there's 300 men on board.
That's a lot of men.
Because it's a big boat.
I'm scared about what you're going to say.
So they never made it home.
Good. Not a single one?
No.
Wow. There's a lot of bodies in the ocean, and you just have to think about that every time you go out there, because...
Oh, I mean, true, but like this one is a little creepier. I don't know. Here.
Spooky.
So the last message that they sent out, you're not really going to expect this. The last message that was sent out was, weather fair, all well.
All's good. We're good. Don't worry about us here.
Yeah, like, and then they like just disappeared. Like, they didn't send out a distress call or anything.
Maybe they like couldn't.
I guess. That just creeps me out, though. It's like, what was happening then?
Something. And like, how do they know how long after they sent that something happened?
No. Nothing was recovered.
No idea about anything. Nothing? Not the stuff?
No.
Like, not the
literally,
boat?
nothing was ever recovered from the ship. Not even, like, a life jacket floating in the water with the ship's name on it, you know? And there was 300 men on this boat. It was huge. And there's 10,000 tons of ore on it.
You're telling me not a single piece of ore? Not a single person?
I mean, I guess it's in the bottom of the ocean now, because in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, that would make sense. And nobody wants to go down there to find anything, so...
Yeah. Because they did stop at their refueling place, and they were on their way to Baltimore, so they probably were in that area.
Wow. That's horrifying.
Yeah. So there's some sort of theories on, like, what could have happened. It could have been the captain. He was reportedly, like, a drunk, and he could have steered the ship wrong or something, you know?
Yeah.
I saw something that said, like, he had been, like looked into almost for his drinking, but they were like, he's fine. Just, like, let him keep steering. Like, let him keep, like, captaining ships. So.
I mean, but even if he was a drunk, that doesn't explain, like, what, he has a drunk that has magical powers that can make everything disappear?
Well, I mean, like, he got it to sink or something.
Oh.
You know?
I think that would be very difficult.
And also, there were reports of, like, a minor mutiny, like, on another trip that this boat took. So, like, there, like, maybe a bigger mutiny happened, and then the boat sank.
Hear me out, and this might be a theory, but I just want to throw this one out there. Pirates.
That's a good theory.
Like, maybe they took the boat and took all the stuff that was on it and then, like, resold it and then, like, painted the ship a different color or something. They couldn't recognize it. And I don't know what they did with all the people. That's a very vague theory, but just
I feel like this whole thing could be, like, a movie almost. Because you don't know what happened.
I'm surprised it's not already a movie.
You know, it might be. I need to look that up.
I'm gonna say, I mean, I've seen, well, first of all, there is a movie, but not specifically about this incident, but have you seen the movie Triangle?
No.
Oh. Well, you should watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, because that just seems so interesting. It's like, oh, the last message you send out is, like, so good. And then it's like, why didn't you send out an SOS? And then the whole movie is them, like, you see, like, that nobody can get to it or something.
All it is true is something bad happened real fast.
Yeah, I need to watch that. Okay. So, there's another theory that says because they were, like, the boat usually transports coal, and then this time they're transporting manganese ore. It's like a different weight. It's like a different thing that they're used to. It could have like, I don't know, they could have like judged it differently.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I mean,
I don't really know anything about like
me neither.
Steering a boat, but maybe if you like turn a certain way, I don't know. It's just like you're not used to it, so it's different, and maybe that could have sunk the boat or something.
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like it's a little bit weird that nothing was ever recovered from the boat. Like,
right.
I mean, odds are it did sink. But, like, I feel like that's a little bit weird that literally nothing has floated up from that.
I know.
Like, that's weird.
So another theory is aliens, obviously. Everyone always goes to aliens. They're like, oh, they took them. They took the whole boat.
I mean, maybe they did.
Yeah, I mean, they could have.
Maybe that's where their lair is. Plot twist. They are living on this underwater boat on the ocean floor.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, another fact is 2 of the Cyclops' sister ships, so I guess like ships that are
the same,
really similar to it, yeah, the same, they vanished on the same route in 1941.
What?
So like 20 years after.
With all the people on it?
I guess, yeah, the same, probably the same amount of people. They both, like 2 other ships vanished on the same route.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is so weird. That's so weird. I think that this part of the ocean is cursed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Could be. Alright, so I have a few other stories from history. This one is Somebody We Hate, Christopher Columbus. Ew.
Oh, disgusting.
But unfortunately a part of history, I guess.
So you're telling me he didn't drown?
No.
Or get lost in the... Of course he wouldn't.
No, but he had like an experience. So let me get into it. He apparently had a diary, I guess. And in an entry in October of 1492, because 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue. His compass was giving erratic readings. But it also said in his diary that he didn't tell his crew because they would have wanted to turn around.
Yeah,
he should have.
He definitely should have.
And then they would have turned around and then not done what he did.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
Anyways, so it seems like all of the stories I've talked about so far have had erratic compass readings. I guess the second one didn't really say that, but
I mean, I'm sure they did. They're just, we have no idea what happened to them.
And this could be because of true north and magnetic north.
Okay, what is that?
Do you know about that?
I mean, I've definitely heard of it, but nope, no idea.
Right. True north is like the North Pole, you know? Like the actual North Pole.
Yeah.
Magnetic north is like around that area, I think, but it changes.
Why?
Because it changes as the Earth spins and stuff.
Wait, and that's magnetic north? Okay.
So it's like at that point the compass like stops reading the right one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know enough.
Which one does it read? Do you know which one it...
I think you're supposed to get true north, right?
I mean, I would hope.
Yeah, so I guess it starts doing magnetic or something. Or it just like goes crazy because it doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Magnetic things, it's just so crazy how that stuff works.
Oh yeah, it's like way above my head.
I know, yeah. It's cool learning about, but I kind of don't get it.
No, like...
it's like, how is the Earth magnetic? Like,
right, it's like one of those things that you just like know is like fact, but like I just don't believe it, you know what I'm saying? Like, how?
Oh, also though, like that manganese ore that dropped down there, could that affect magnets?
Maybe. That actually is a very smart thing, because maybe.
But this was before that. But anyway.
Yeah, and after. And not everybody was carrying.
Yeah, true. It happened before and after.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Columbus also saw, like, and his crew members, they also saw a great flame of fire in the sky while
The
sailing
sun?
flew. No, like a ball of fire in the sky sailing through the area.
What? Okay, so aliens? Like,
Well,
what are
no,
they?
well, people think it's a meteor,
Oh.
but that's still crazy.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, they like saw a meteor just drop.
Like, drop into the ocean?
They saw it flying, but I'm guessing it,
That is
you know.
so crazy.
Yeah, because, like, I would not think of that, because nowadays we have technology that just, like, gets rid of those.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
that's
know?
crazy. People just would see huge meteors flying through the sky.
Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, even Columbus saw crazy things in the Bermuda Triangle. Yes. So I have another thing here, like a historical thing, I guess. Have you ever read The Tempest by William Shakespeare?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. I I probably should have read it for this, but I haven't read it. But apparently it's speculated that it's written about a shipwreck that happened in the Bermuda Triangle.
It is. In fact, we studied this, I think, in sophomore year of high school. I was like, there's no way. And that is actually what led into my obsession with the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, seriously? That's cool.
It is.
Okay, so I have a little bit about it. In 1609, 9 vessels they were going from England to Virginia, and one of them was called the Sea Adventure. And the Sea Adventure wrecked on the coast of the Bermudas. But they didn't all die. Like, some of them made it, and then made it back to England to spread the story that, like, this happened, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's pretty cool.
Crazy.
The Bermuda Triangle has been a thing for forever.
Literally forever.
Yeah, but it's crazy that, like, it was really only coined in, like, the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I bet they were probably calling it something else before then, but just didn't stick. You know, probably a horrible, stupid name, like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what, but.
There was, like, a book that came out, actually, and that sort of, like, made it big.
Oh. Cool.
I think I talk about a book down here. I think it might be this book called The Fog.
Ooh, The Fog.
By Rob McGregor and Bruce Gernon. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
They, like, go into the whole thing, like, all the weird stuff that happens there. So yeah. Okay, so I got through all of that stuff. The stories of, like, things that have happened. Other things have definitely happened there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna go through everything, obviously.
I mean, we would be here forever.
But I do have some theories of what could be the problem with the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, okay. Before you get into theories, I have a question that you probably don't have the answer to, but I thought I would ask anyway. Do planes, like commercial planes, like fly through that area now today?
Oh, probably. How would they would have to go to, like, Puerto Rico.
I mean, like, do they experience problems? Like, that's what I want to know. Like,
Yeah.
or, I mean, I don't hear of many missing planes happening, or boats happening now.
Maybe they just take it into account now, though. Because
Maybe,
like, they know that there might be problems there with the compasses and stuff. And
Maybe.
also, I think it's just with magnetic compasses, and, like, now we have better technology.
True. Now I'm trying to book a flight, I don't know where, to wherever I need to go to fly over the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah,
Imagine...
probably I feel like Puerto Rico would be the best.
Alright, let's go to Puerto Rico.
Because that's, like...
We can go see a chupacabra,
right,
because that's where they're from.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, give me the
Okay,
theories.
but you just want to, like, die over the ocean. Like
yeah,
that.
honestly.
No, we'll probably be fine.
If not, disappear, that's cool.
Yeah, it could be. Alright, so here's some theories on what could be there. One of them is vortexes.
Yeah.
Vortices.
Words.
Yeah, this researcher, Ivan Sanderson, believed it could be, like, a vortex there. And he says that the vortex is, like, an extreme current and temperature variation, and, like, which affect electromagnetic fields.
Oh.
Which, like, sounds right?
I mean, yeah, sounds good to me.
And he believes that there's 5 of these around the globe, like at equal distances.
Oh, interesting.
Which, like, I mean, I don't see any proof really for this, but like, it seems like it could be a thing because the ocean's crazy.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know?
it doesn't really surprise me, but like, also, where's the
Yeah.
proof?
Yeah. I would definitely have to look more into it. I'm just sort of glossing over these theories because
Yeah.
I didn't have time to go
Yeah, we don't have the
deep
time.
dive into them. Okay, another one, which I believe definitely magnetic variation. What I said before, you know, like one of 2 places on Earth. Oh wait, I didn't say this before.
I was like,
It
wait,
said
what?
that okay, it is one of 2 places on Earth where magnetic compass does not point towards true north.
Where's the other place?
Taylor, you know I didn't look that up.
Savannah.
I didn't. I should have.
I just wonder, like, if
Yeah.
they're like the same stuff is happening wherever that may be.
I really I didn't even think to look that up. I should have.
We'll look it up. I'll look it up,
Yeah.
and we'll tell you next week.
Okay. This one's a little out there. A space time warp.
Yeah.
Like whatever that means. No, but it's like a rift in time space.
The time-space continuum.
Right. So apparently this theory is like a rift opens up sometimes and like things will disappear into it, which explains why sometimes no wreckage is found.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of believe that.
But like they just disappear into nowhere? Like, I don't know.
No, I mean, they definitely go somewhere. Just we don't know where.
Yeah.
Like, what if it's just like a black hole type of situation, you know? Like, we don't really know where those go. But those definitely are real and exist.
Yeah, they're like all in space though.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, what if the ocean... I don't know. The ocean just kind of freaks me out. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, true. It definitely does. Me too. Okay. And then the next one is this book that I was talking about. But mainly electronic fog, which is weird.
Electronic
phrase.
fog?
Yes.
It's just clubbing, like EDM music, bumping in the background.
Yeah, that's what it is. No, I'll explain it. So, this comes from a book called The Fog by Rob McGregor and Bruce Gernon. So, Gernon and his father were flying over the Bahamas in the 70s, and they came across like a weird tunnel-shaped vortex cloud thing. Which, yeah, that sounds really weird.
Definitely.
And supposedly the plane's wings touched it, and then the plane's electronic and like magnetic devices started malfunctioning and like wouldn't work. And like the compass was spinning crazy, and yeah, and it was like all white around them, and they kept flying for like 34 minutes, and then they were suddenly over Miami. And from where they had started, it usually would take 75 minutes.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they did, like, time jump a little bit.
Yeah. So, that's a little crazy. I mean, this is all just his word, but, I mean, I don't know. That one.
Yeah,
freaks me out
don't
a
know
little
how
bit.
to
It's
explain
like-
that one. That one, I don't know.
Yeah. And, like, you're right, though. Like, why does this happen to some people but not others?
That's
You have
what I'm
you have to
saying.
get in the right spot.
That maybe. I honestly don't know. And I also wonder, like, if weather plays a part of it. But then
Ooh, it
also,
might.
like, those people said that, like, the weather was fine that day. So I don't know. But also, that doesn't necessarily mean anything because storms can roll up randomly at any time over the ocean.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, the next few ones I think you're gonna like.
Aliens.
UFOs, yes. It is speculated that aliens abduct people in this area.
Yeah, I feel like that's really a possibility, honestly.
Okay, but to do that, they would have to take the whole ship or whole plane. And it's like, why did they want that?
Maybe they want some of that ore mineral that they got. I don't know.
True. And also, like, where's the evidence for this?
Oh no, never any
None.
evidence for aliens.
True, it's just like, it's always just, that would be cool if that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Atlantis.
Okay. So,
Okay, you know, Atlantis was my first story ever,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
for our
yes.
first episode.
Our first episode that we recorded 47 times, and it still sounds
I
like
know.
trash. So sorry to those who have listened to episode
Okay,
1.
but if you have listened to it, you know that I believe that Atlantis was in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, I was going to say,
right?
that's not
So
where
I don't think it was in the
Atlantis
Bermuda
is.
Triangle, but some people believe it. And they think that there's technology down there that's messing up compasses and making stuff disappear.
Or maybe there's just another underwater city. Like, maybe it's not Atlantis. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can definitively say if Atlantis is real, it's not in the Atlantic Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's just another underwater city. I mean, if there can be one, who says there can't be 20?
I mean, why is it called the Atlantic Ocean then?
Okay.
No, just kidding.
That's a good point, though.
Yeah. No, is the Mediterranean Sea part of the Atlantic Ocean?
We know that I know nothing about geography, Savannah. I don't know. We're lucky I even know that this is the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah,
I mean, they definitely connect at some point.
Yeah.
But not definitely not near the Bermuda Triangle, I don't think. I think it's more like north. But honestly, don't quote me. I don't know anything about geography.
Oh, it definitely is more north, but okay. So, more like quote proof for this. This is just, I'm going to humor you with this for a second. Okay. So it supposedly in 1970 someone was scuba diving in the Bahamas and came across a pyramid in the sea with a mirror like stone finish. And the interior of it had no coral or algae, and it was illuminated by like an unknown light.
Okay.
And in the center of it was a sculpture of human hands holding a crystal sphere.
I'm speechless over here. Did they say where that was? I missed the first part.
Yeah, the Bahamas. So like they're like, oh, this is Atlantis. It's under there. But also, I looked that up and it's fake.
Oh.
Somebody just made that up.
Oh, okay.
But it was spread like on a few different websites. I was like, this is not real.
No, I was like, where are the pictures? Like, Pixar didn't happen.
I know. I had to look it up. I was like, this is not real. No, but it was. I was like imagining it in my head. I was like, oh my God, did they really find that? What?
I could see it so clearly in my head.
Yeah. But no, sadly. Okay. So that's it for my theory on Atlantis. I'm saying it's a no for that one.
Yeah, it's a big no. I'm sorry. It would be really cool, but no.
Okay. This one is a little sad, and also I think it could be true, but things happened, I think, before. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Let me just tell you. The souls of like slaves are haunting the area.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility.
Because, from like history and stuff, they were,
oh yeah,
people were transported from Africa to America, and some people would jump off or get even thrown off. And I'm sure they did in that area.
Oh, for sure. That's why I was like saying earlier, like it might be cursed.
Right.
It might be because of this, which I mean, could be true.
And they just like haunt the waters there.
I do think it's very interesting. And I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who are women, that have stories. But I do think it's interesting that I'm pretty sure every single story you said was a white man.
Yeah.
So
see, that's what I'm saying.
That's very interesting.
Why it can be haunted. But also, it's probably just because
magnetics.
All these, all these like organizations are so like, sexist.
True.
Or I mean, they still are, but like used to be way worse.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, yeah. I was just trying to think of like women stories about that. What about Amelia Earhart? I should have looked into that. Where did she disappear again?
Actually, okay, a part of me wants to say Japan, but I'm not positive that that's right. Also, maybe the Bahamas. But
I was just gonna say, like, wasn't it like something like that, the Bahamas?
Maybe, but she was found.
Yeah, I know.
So very recently, I'm pretty sure.
That's another story.
But Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a cap on that one because we're gonna save that for another day.
Everyone listening's like, what are you guys talking
They're like, wait,
about?
give us more. Sorry. Tune in later at some point in time
Yeah.
for that story.
So anyways, my next theory. Okay, so my last sort of theory is that it's methane gas from like the bottom of the sea.
Oh.
Which, like, when methane gas like bubbles up to the top, it could like change the density of the water and make ships sink. Or it could like get into the air and then make airplanes explode.
I was just gonna say, what about airplanes? But have they exploded? I mean, I guess we don't really know.
Can just make them crash, I guess.
Yeah. Science.
Yeah.
That's also a possibility. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of methane gas in the ocean.
Yeah. And there's another thing that's not really a theory, but it sort of goes against a lot of this, that this whole thing is not really unusual.
What do you mean it's not unusual?
Like the Bermuda Triangle isn't as weird as people make it think or make it seem, because it's just as dangerous as any other part of the ocean.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Like, maybe.
I mean, the ocean's just dangerous in general.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like...
The magnetic anomalies, though,
it's the magnetic anomalies for me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yes, people, like, ships crash for no random reasons and planes the same and disappear. But, like, compasses work almost all places. So, explain that.
I know. Yeah, so that's pretty much my story there.
I love that.
I know that was super long, but I had to.
There's a lot of information. Yeah, I just want to know. You know, like I hope sometime in my life, like I mean, we have so much technology, and I also really want to see like if planes like go missing anymore. I don't think they do, but I wonder if that's from technology or something else.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna have to look that up because now
I feel like it has to do with the compasses. Like, do we have, because everything I kept seeing was like magnetic compasses. Do we have ones that aren't magnetic? I guess we do. Like, what's our phone?
I was gonna say like our phone has one, so I don't think that's. But also, I don't know about anything like that. So
yeah.
But also, like, because they know, you know, like that this is a thing, they might just be like, they might have done the math out and been like, okay, if you lose your location, just keep flying straight for like 35 minutes and you'll be in Miami, you know?
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, but I hope we get some definitive answers because I would love that. Even if it is just like, yeah, there's nothing weird here. You just want it to be. Like, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah. True.
I love that. Okay.
Okay, I'm excited. I have no idea what you're going to be up to.
This legend is a little bit creepy. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. So, get ready for the legend of Teke Teke. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Okay, so this is another Japanese legend. Obviously, I'm a little bit obsessed with Japanese legends, so expect more in the future. I think they're so fascinating. Okay, so let me just get right on into this. So, Teke Teke is allegedly the ghost of a schoolgirl from Japan who, you know, just a very basic, normal, shy, typical young schoolgirl. And she had, like, a group of friends who liked to pick on her a lot, but not really, like, in a bully way. Just, like, you know, relationships. I mean, me, honestly, in our friend group, where people just like to, like, mess with each other, you know, prank each other, you know. Not out of, like, evil, just for fun. So, that was her friend group, and, like, she was, like, the main target, because she, like, gets scared really easily. So, they were just like, let's mess with her, because fun. So, one day after school, her and her friends went to the train station because, you know, they were about to go home. And one of her friends found this, like, bug. And they were like, haha, perfect plan. Let me throw this bug on her and see her reaction. Now tell me how much this is not me. Like, right.
I was just going to say, me throwing a frog on you.
Literally.
Except the thing is, I don't think I would touch a frog either. So.
See, thank you. I was reading the story. I was like, oh my God, this would literally happen to me. Okay, so he throws it on her, Obviously, she's freaking out. She's trying to get it off of her. She's frantically moving around, trying, because she like doesn't know where the bug went, and it's like this huge bug. And
oh, I would hate that.
Right, same. I would be freaking out. And a train wraps around the corner, and she's trying to get this bug off of her, and she's freaking out. And she slips and falls onto the tracks right as the train comes around. And this girl is cut in half. Straight up in half.
Oh no.
So sad. So her friends, they were all standing around watching her, laughing at her, trying to get this bug off of her. And now they are looking down into the train tracks, and they see her body literally split into 2 pieces. So for months after this, all of, like, everybody that was there that day, said that every single night while they were trying to go to sleep, or even in their dreams, that they would see her, top half of her body, like trying to like crawl to them. Not really necessarily in an evil way, just trying to crawl up to them. And like her nails, but she doesn't have legs. It's like torso up. And she's like trying to crawl, and her nails are like scratching on the floor, making like a scraping sound. Her trying to get to them, which is really sad. Okay, so
that's really creepy. That's like what?
It's both. Yeah, it's definitely
both.
I
guess it is both. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would not want to see that at all. Never. I was like scared to go to sleep after like I did this story. I was like, I really hope I don't see this girl crawling up to me. Okay, so
do you know what that means
what?
In Japanese? Teke Teke?
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to it.
Oh, okay.
So in Japan, this girl is known as a onryo. Sorry if I don't say that right. I do not know Japanese. But an onryo is a vengeful spirit, like a very evil spirit. And so like in Japan, there's like good and evil spirits. She, very evil. So Teke Teke is said to lurk around urban areas, but specifically around train stations at night. So obviously, as I said, she was cut in half, and so she doesn't have a lower body. Don't know where that ghost part of her is. Never found out. But so she has literally no choice but to travel on her hands.
It's probably like run over by the train, right?
Well, apparently they said they saw like 2 very distinct halves. But
okay,
you know, she doesn't need her legs, her brain, and her torso. All she needs. But since she doesn't have legs, she has to crawl on her like elbows and arms. So, that is just so creepy. Like, I just cannot get over, like, people have actually seen this ghost crawling with only half of a body. Like, heck no. And that, it just reminds me. So, there's an amusement park, where we live that I used to go to all the time when I was young. It's called Carowinds. And at Halloween, they change it to be called Scarowinds.
Oh my god, I've never been to Carowinds. We should go.
What? Okay, that's crazy. Yeah, we should go. I don't know if it's open, but we should definitely go.
Because I wanted to go last year, and then, you know, COVID happened. So.
You know, yeah. But we should go at Halloween because I love Scarowinds. Basically, like, they just turn the whole park scary, and they have, like, haunted houses and stuff. And I've only actually been to Scarowinds once. And so what I didn't know is that they also have people who look like normal, like, civilians walking around in the park. And, you know, they're walking pretty far away from you, just like everybody else is. But all of a sudden they start running up to you as fast as they possibly can. And they actually have, like, skates on their elbows and their knees. And so they, like, fall to the ground and slide up to you. And that just reminded me so much of this girl.
That is so scary.
Dude, it's so scary. And I, like, wasn't expecting it at all when that happened to me. So, yeah.
Oh, my God. No.
So that scared me already pretty bad. And I know that was just a human person. So I can't imagine seeing Teke Teke and just that being a ghost.
Definitely not. And also, okay, so this is gross. But when she's dragging her, like... Is she dragging blood behind her?
Yeah, and like her organs. Yeah.
I didn't think about that part.
I mean, she is a ghost, so like, you know, it's not really there, but like, yeah.
But that's what you see.
Like all of the depictions of her are like organs too. So, yum. Love that. So, okay, you asked about why she's called Teke Teke. We don't actually know this girl's name, or maybe we do, but we'll get into that in a minute. But So because she crawls up to you, the scratching sound of like her nails and her elbows while she's dragging her body, they say it makes like a teke teke sound, like a. I can't really do it, but
Oh, no, I definitely know what you mean.
yeah. So that's why she's called that, because of
Like
like the
sort of
sound.
clicking.
Yeah, like kind of like clicking, scratching, dragging her body. So that's why she's
Ooh,
called that.
that's
And
even creepier than anything I could have
it
imagined.
sure is. It sure is. Just the creepy sound she makes when she's dragging her body.
Ooh.
So, legend says that if Teke Teke's spirit encounters a person, she will chase them down. And you gotta remember, she's still just arms, head, and torso. So she's chasing them down until she gets to them. And she's fast to not have legs, let me tell you. And she will slice them in half, just like the way she died. But she will do it. She's known to be seen with like a scythe or an axe or something sharp.
How can she get up there?
Get up there. I think she just like does it from the ground.
That's what I mean. Like, if she's on the ground, how's she gonna reach up and cut you in half?
Well, all she needs to, I mean, she still is like half of her body. And all she
Yeah,
needs
that's
is
true.
like bottom torso.
Right.
So she can definitely reach it. And she definitely has before.
Jeez.
Yeah. So one popular story is that a young schoolboy named Satoshi was walking home at night around 10 p.m. and he spotted a beautiful young girl in a window of this like abandoned school building, like in his like school area. And they smiled at each other and he was like, "Oh, this girl is so cute. I want to talk to her." But he's like, "No, I need to keep going home." So but he was like debating. He was like, "Well, should I talk to her? Like, she's so cute. I don't know." But before he literally even had the chance, this girl jumps out of the window and he realizes that she doesn't have legs. She's just half of a body. And she
Oh my
jumps out of the
god.
window and he's paralyzed in fear. Obviously, would you not be like
But
no?
she just jumped out the window.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine that. That's so. It's like funny, but like terrifying.
Oh, horrifying. It's funny to think about because it's not happening to us, but like just imagine.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
no, horrifying. So he's paralyzed in fear and he can't move. And like I said, she's very quick to not have legs. And she makes her way over there to him. And she cuts him in half with a scythe. So that's good. But also, this is like very similar, if you remember, to the story that I told of the Kuchisaki Onna. Because she
Yeah.
also was seen with a knife and she would like slice people up. Not in half, but I just thought that was interesting. So the only way, pretty much, that you cannot get killed by Teke Teke is if you're faster than her and you can run away. But she's very fast, and if she catches you, there's no question you're getting sliced. Like,
She's fast on her little
yes,
elbows.
she's very fast. Like, unreal fast. So
Oh my god, that's so creepy.
it
Think
really
about.
is. It really is. But also, websites did say, like, that a lesser known rule to, like, survive seeing her is that if you, like, never turn around and look at her, like, if you just completely ignore that she's there and pretend that she's not there, sometimes she'll leave you alone. But I wouldn't stick around. I would just run as fast as you can possibly. Because that way is not.
Jeez, why does Japan really has all these things that just you can't get away from? They just come
Right.
up to you and kill you.
Right. Like, I think that's so interesting that, like, American legends, they're like, oh, Bigfoot, like, I don't know, like, the Jersey Devil. Like, be careful. But, like, you can definitely escape. Japan's like, you're not getting out alive, period.
No, definitely.
You're definitely not making it. And it's also like every single Japanese legend is so scary. Like, there's not any slight ones,
Yeah, and it's the fact that it's like, oh, they'll get you if you do this, but it's like these ones seem like they'll just get you because.
Right. They're evil. They're like, straight up, we don't care. We don't care at all. Good, bad, you're dying.
Jeez.
Funny. Okay, so as we always say, every legend has like a ton of different versions. And so the one I just told is like very popular, but this one is also extremely popular. And this one is about a girl with a name named Kashima Reiko, who was assaulted and thrown into the train tracks where she died and lost her legs cut in half.
Oh no.
Very similar to the first one.
This one's way worse.
Yeah, it is. And so, but the difference is this girl specifically haunts bathrooms. So, I don't like that at all. Specifically train station bathrooms. So I don't know if like what was going on there, what made that happen, but if
I mean, is it
apparently, wait, go
like
ahead.
women's bathrooms or men's bathrooms?
Either
Or
one.
just, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so if you're in like a train station bathroom in Japan and you see a girl cut in half, she'll come up to you and be like, "Where are my legs?" And
Oh no.
and if you answer incorrectly, Kashima Reiko will rip your legs off in the bathroom.
What was the answer?
Well, there is an answer. And you have to answer it very specifically. And if you say literally the exact right things, you can make it out. But if you mess up even slightly, she's ripping your legs off. Okay, so she's like, "Where are my legs?" You have to say, "Your legs are at the," I don't even know how to say it, Maishin Railway, which is apparently
Okay.
where she was killed.
Oh, you have to say the exact place.
Yes. So you say, "Your legs are at the Maishin Railway," or however you say it. And
Oh
then,
god, you get it. We get it wrong because we can't.
because we can't pronounce it, literally. Our legs gone.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Okay, so then she'll follow up that question and she'll be like, "Okay, well, who told you that?" And you have to say,
Oh.
so there are
No.
two things you can say. You can say it in English or in Japanese. So in Japanese, it's kamen shinen ma. And this means mask, death, demon. So you can say either one, apparently.
Mask, death, demon.
Yeah.
What does it even mean?
I don't know. Oh, so actually I do know.
You say, she says, "Who told you that?" You say, "Mask, death, demon."
No, well, really, you say kamen shinen ma, which just sounds a
Right.
little bit better. And so, actually, people speculate. Now, this isn't official, but they speculate that that's her name. It's like abbreviated for her name because her name is Kashima Reiko, and it's Kamen Shinen Ma, like her first name, Kashima.
Oh. Yeah. I
So,
mean, that sounds like.
yeah, and she's like, "Who told you this?" And you're like, "Kashima," basically, because she literally is a dead demon.
But you have to say it in a weird way.
Right. Masked death demon. Right.
Like what?
So,
Anyway.
yeah. So those are the answers that you need to keep in mind.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to like write that down on a card to keep in my bag or something.
Yes, you do. So let me just go over it one
I'm
more
not gonna
time
remember that.
for the people. She's going to be like, "Where are my legs?" You got to say, "Your legs are at the Maishin Railway." Who told you this? Kamen Shinen Ma, or Masked Death Demon. And you definitely need to remember that, and I'll tell you why soon.
Oh no.
So, moving on though, in one area of Japan, I don't know exactly which city, but there's a statue made of rice straw, and it's called Kashima-sama, and it was literally made in order to protect that city from this evil spirit.
What?
So I don't know if this is the city that it happened in, but people are really, really, really afraid of Teke Teke here. So,
It's so crazy when it's like such in culture that it's just like they make a statue of it.
yeah,
You know?
like I feel like that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
And like people really do believe it. So that's horrifying because I just like to pretend like this is not real because this is very scary. So Teke Teke and Kashima Reiko are two versions of the same legend. They're pretty much used interchangeably. People say that if you are traveling in Japan using a train, you have to do literally whatever you can to avoid using the bathroom there or being at the train station at night, period. Because that's where you're going to come across these people, these ghosts.
All right. So if you use the bathroom, then it's probably super clean because nobody uses it.
Yeah, probably. But I'm not. I don't care. I would
No,
really
I
rather not.
I wouldn't.
Because I just,
I
like,
wouldn't
that's
do it.
honestly my worst fear. Just imagine you're just, like, peeing, and then, like, this girl crawls underneath the stall, and she's like, "Where are my legs?" Like, no. Like,
Oh
no,
my
no, no.
God.
So scary. But regardless of which version people, like, choose to believe of this story, even though they're pretty much the same, The ghost of Teke Teke is evil across all of the versions, and she is out to kill, and she doesn't care if the person is innocent, guilty, good, bad. She doesn't care. She just wants to kill everybody that she can to try to get vengeance for her death, which is very wrong. Like, girl, you think, why? Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, you're way more likely to be attacked if you're completely by yourself. So don't go to any trains by yourself in Japan. Don't do it. Absolutely don't do it.
I feel like people do that a lot in Japan, though.
Yeah, I know. And, like, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, would we ever know? I mean, that little boy was found cut in half. But, like, does she take them somewhere? I don't know. Scary. You're not going to catch me traveling by myself there. That's all that I know. Okay.
Yeah, so scary. I used to live, like, really close to a train station, and I would walk by it, like, on my way home from school.
Oh, scary.
Like, right there, yeah.
I've never been on a train, really. We've said this before, but, yeah, kind of glad now, reading this story. But I do want to go on one, so let's just not do it in Japan.
Trains are kind of fun.
Kind of fun until you see Teke Teke.
I mean, that's just at the station, right? You gotta get past it.
Yeah. As long as you make it on the train, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so last thing. This is so funny. You're not ready for it. So while researching this, I found a lot of similarities, I just didn't really mention them all, between Teke Teke and the Kuchisaki Onna, which is from episode 7, if you missed it. But looking at the similarities between the two, I stumbled across literally the funniest website I think I've ever found. And it's a whole website dedicated to see if there were to be a fight, who would win between Teke Teke and the Kuchisaki Onna. Because apparently these are two of Japan's, like, most known legends. So, it's linked below if you want to check it out. There's a lot of research, like, so much. I do not have the time to go over all of the pros, the cons. Like, no, don't have the time for that. But honestly,
so all the data's there.
Yes, the data is there. But I thought I would just go ahead and give it to you, the answer. That in the end, it was determined that the Kuchisaki Onna would win the fight. Because if you remember, the Kuchisaki Onna liked to wrestle, and she would, like, wrestle people, like, still, like, wrestle people.
Yeah.
Because she's a pro ghost wrestler, and obviously a pro ghost wrestler is going to beat a ghost girl who only has arms, a head, and a torso. Like, she might be fast, but can she wrestle? Not really.
Yeah,
so
true.
And that's that on that. Okay, and the last thing, the very, very last, very important thing that I wanted to wait until the end to mention is that if you talk about Teke Teke, she is said to come for you and anybody else who listens or hears the story within 3 days of you hearing it.
Taylor, why did you tell us the story?
Okay, if I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that until I was, like, almost done with researching, and I was like,
oh my god, I can't believe I just sat through this whole story and now you're gonna say that.
Yep.
Oh no.
And I couldn't be alone on that one, so obviously I had to tell all of you. So
great, now we're gonna post this and everyone's gonna get attacked.
We're all gonna be cut in half. Yep.
No, but it's only in Japan, right?
See, that's what I don't know, because I heard that she comes anywhere.
So for the next 3 days, we gotta get them looked
All you gotta do is remember the answers to the questions.
Oh no.
You remember the answers to the questions? All right, we're going over it one more time, just in case. She says, "Where are my legs?" You say, "Your legs are at the Maishin Railway."
Okay, the Maishin Railway. Okay.
Yes. When she asks, "Who told you this?" you gotta say, "Kamen Shinin Ma."
Kamen Shinin Ma.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And you survived her. So.
Okay.
I haven't seen her yet. So.
Oh God.
I'm on my second day though. So.
I'm scared.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm about to go camping, Taylor.
Well, maybe
I'll be in the middle of the woods, afraid that this thing's gonna come get me.
Well, I'm truly sorry.
I guess she's at train stations. She's not, like, in the woods. So.
Yeah, like, you might be okay. Like, maybe she can't get to you. Like, if I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the legend of Teke Teke.
Jesus, I can't believe you did that to us.
I am truly so sorry. Hope we survive. That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, hopefully. We can hope. And if not, I mean, if I don't survive, we all know what happened to me, okay? Teke. And that's all I gotta say about that one.
Yeah, either that got you or this DoorDash guy who's trying to get you to work.
Right, Alex from DoorDash, please do not cover me. I don't know why he's wanting me to DoorDash so bad. I'm like, sir, like, why? I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah.
So anyways, pictures are going to be up on our Instagram like normal. You're definitely going to want to see the drawings of Teke Teke because creepy.
Yeah.
Rate us on Apple Podcast, por favor.
Definitely.
I don't really have anything else though. Do you?
Comment on our Instagram post because we post these and then, like, I'm the only one who comments.
I don't even think I comment. I'm sorry. I will start.
See, we need to have like a chat going down there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Okay, let me think of something. Everybody tell me, comment on our Instagram, your favorite holiday. Mine, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, is Halloween.
Mine might be Halloween. I mean, I don't want to copy you, but...
Copycat. That's all that I know. Anyways, sorry this episode was a little bit long, but also I'm not sorry. So...
Yeah. I mean, our last one was kind of short, so...
Yeah. We're just making up the time.
Right.
Yes. Well,
okay.
that's it.
That's
so...
it for today.
See you next week!
Yeah. Cue the music.